Yep.
Skateboarding. I'm sure you know what it is. Whether you spend your free time skateboarding or attempted to break every single bone in your body whilst playing Skate 3, I'm sure you've had some kind of interaction with it. In the 70s and 80s, it enjoyed its peak in popularity before quote-unquote dying. But I believe it's making a comeback, with its recent inclusion into the Olympics, as well as just a general interest in it being rekindled. So today, we're going to be looking at the past, the present, and the future of skateboarding.
Today I've been led to Portsmouth, which is where I'm from, as recently I found out it has a strong connection to the world of skateboarding, and of all the places, I'm first off to a barber's. This is Barry. He's been running hounds since 2017 with his business partner Elliot Diamond, but I'm sure you've guessed that I'm not here for a haircut. Instead, I've come to talk to Barry about his experience as a pro skateboarder during the craze, and his experience was certainly a unique one.
Hey there, Barry. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright, Seth. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah, it's very weird not coming in here, having a haircut.
Yeah, you need a bit of a trim, mate, don't you?
Hurt like that.
Ah.
So it's my understanding that in the 80s you used to be a pro skater.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What drew me to the topic of skateboarding was your story about
Right.
it, and I believe that over there is a board that one of your boards.
Yeah, it is. That's one of my me and my brother's professional models. Would you like to take a look at it?
Yeah, if you lead the way.
Yeah,
go
thanks
for
very
it.
much.
Very welcome. The skateboard that's hanging on the wall here.
Yeah.
This is one of your skateboards.
Yeah, it's one of three that's all that put out for us.
And so, you designed these skateboards then?
Yeah, designed the shapes, made the prototypes up on paper. Once we okayed the shape, then obviously the graphics were being put on, and they were designed. Two of the graphics we had designed by Brian Schroeder, whose name is Pushead. And basically, yeah, that was an honour.
You and your brother designed these as well?
Oh
right?
yeah,
Do they have,
100% collaboration. Like we've always worked together on everything with skateboarding. This was really like an idea we had for how we felt about the world at the time. It's just a fantastic company who just gave us free rein to do what we wanted. They were the only team I ever wrote to and said, can I ride for you? I'll ride for nothing. But in the end, they paid me, and that was even better.
That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, I'd love to find out more about riding for Zorlak, but also everything else as well.
Yeah,
so
sure.
if we get ourselves sat down, we'll have a proper talk about all of this.
Oh, yeah,
as
I'd love
well.
to, man.
Yeah, perfect. All right then.
Yeah, thanks.
So, ex-international pro skater, could you tell me how that story begins? Like, what got you interested into it at the start?
The thing that really got me interested in skateboarding was when the trend started in the 70s. And it was on TVs, it was on every sort of program. I just thought it was brilliant. It looked amazing. I wanted to have a go at it. So me and my brother at the time, we didn't know really where to get a skateboard. So we just made skateboards. We got a plank of wood, put an old roller skate, took a roller skate a half. We didn't even know you had grip tape. We didn't even know what that was. So we just put purple carpet off the top of it. Quite often the wheels would blow, the bearings would fall out, so we'd have to replace them, get a new roller skate. But we really loved it.
You started off in Alton skateboarding.
Yeah.
How did it go from being in those local small areas to then suddenly going international level, like going to America to skate?
Oh, the transition from that, wow, that was like, to cut a long story short, getting on a skateboard, learning to love it, and then getting quite good at it, getting noticed by American sort of like companies. Then when you were sort of sponsored, you're an amateur, and then after a while, we got asked to be professional because we were sort of winning competitions and doing quite well.
In terms of what you got to do during your career with the skating, what are some of the highlights you've gotten to do? Is that a bit of a broad question?
That is a massive one. Doing a frontside 540 at Farnborough, getting carried off the ramp. Travelling in general, whether that was around this country or, travelling to Europe. I could be at home on a Thursday night, get a call from the guys in America, and we might say, what are you doing tomorrow? I'd say, not a lot. They'd say, well, you're going to the airport, there's a ticket there. I went to Sweden to the summer camp, re-met sort of like Tony Hawk and people like that.
So you know Tony Hawk, like,
yeah.
Is it, what kind of level is it, friend level, professional, or?
But yeah, I met Tony at Del Mar. That's the first time I met him. And we were there for a little while, so we got on well. I think the next time I met him in Sweden at the summer camp, sort of where I named the trick the stalefish.
I was reading up about the stalefish trick. Yeah.
Tony did that. He mentions that.
Yeah.
He sort of credits me with that. We did a demo in Scotland on the way up from Liverpool with the ramp. Some of the ramp overnight fell off the lorry, which is dangerous because it was about 8 foot wide. So I skated that on the ramp on the competition, and then got pictures taken with Kylie Minogue as well.
Kylie Minogue?
Yeah, Kylie was there.
Kylie was there?
Yeah, Kylie was there. I got a picture of me in Smash It somewhere. We nearly got to go skinny dipping with us in the hotel pulled. But
What, Kylie again?
yeah, but the manager wouldn't let it happen.
Brilliant. I mean, that's still a pretty good story nonetheless.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's absolutely amazing.
So that was good. I'm technically still Scottish reigning champion as well.
What, like no one's beaten you yet in Scotland?
No, because they didn't have the competition again. I've got the cup still, and they haven't got it back off me.
A lot of exciting things happening here. Potentially getting different with Kylie Minogue, skating with Tony Hawk, winning championships and stuff. How do you reflect like on this adventure in life? Because it sounds amazing and exciting and stuff, but how do you reflect on it?
I reflect on the whole thing that I would call skateboarding and its lifestyle as the most important thing I ever did in my life. I got everything out of it that you could get out of something. And it was friends. It was massively with friends, and I loved it.
What I want to ask now is, how do you feel about the current and future state of skateboarding? Like where it's headed for? Where do you hope it will head for?
Current state of skateboarding at the moment, I think it's really healthy. You can always say how successful it is, skateboarding, or how it's going by the amount of money that's been put back into it. You know, there's a lot of councils now that are building the best parks that have ever been built in this country, that have ever been built in Sweden, ever been built in America. You know, I think more people are aware of it. I think you can look at YouTube.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can look at Insta. You can look at all these things, and it's there. You know what I mean? It's very visual. I'm not really a fan of it being a sport. I'm not really a fan. I think the Olympics is another way that it will reach a lot of other people.
Would you want to see a resurgence in its popularity, even if that's via the means of it being a sport, or are you happy?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's there. I mean, the kids that are skating nowadays and doing stuff, it's just mind-blowing.
Do you think one of them's going to come and steal your Scotland trophy at
Oh
some point?
yeah, they could probably take it away from me in a second, you know what I mean?
Barry really gave me a new perspective on skateboarding, and I now definitely understood its past popularity. For him and others, it was a massively important thing that was all about freedom and enjoyment. But that's his experience, and I feel I can't talk about all this skateboarding without having never tried it myself.
Listen up, you punk! You better watch your step! Watch! You better watch your step! Yo, you better watch your step! You better watch! You better watch your step! Yo, you better watch your step! You better...
At Southsea Skate Park, I was taught the very basics of skateboarding by Ben, who works as an instructor there, and I feel positive in saying it went quite well.
High five.
I haven't hit my peak! I'm probably sucking 6 feet deep in the concrete! We up next! Stay upset! Keep your head in check! Oh boy, you better watch your step! It's your bad against sporadic. Need an M3 and cover black metallic. My style is classic and yours is tragic. Fantastic, I'm the mega bombastic. Real, no plastic. Bounce like elastic. Got parallel bars, call that gymnastic. Enough of that, JV, get on the track. Watch your step and watch your back.
After a successful day of training and amazingly not smacking into the ground, me and Ben took a breather and spoke about his experience with skateboarding.
Originally, it was a hobby and a way to be rebellious, get away from the parents. I spent every day that wasn't wet out on my skateboard, and now it's my job again, so I'm full on into it. The thing that kind of really got me into skateboarding was how free you could be yourself with it. Like, you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. It's completely whatever makes you happy.
I think that's definitely the energy I've gotten off of it, especially from today getting a bit more immersed into it, is that it is about just enjoying yourself, embracing it and enjoying the freedom of it, really.
Yeah, no, it's been good.
How do you feel about the current and future state of skateboarding, like overall?
See, I had a really good answer for this earlier and I can't remember.
Are you hopeful for it? Are you like excited? Because I understand it's kind of sort of coming back from what I understand, but that could just be me talking.
So the current state of skateboarding, it's in a very stagnant position. A lot of older people are getting back into it from their youth.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of youth coming into it because certain other sports have taken over because they're cheaper and easier to get into. It's still cheap, but there's other things cheaper.
There was a good use of stagnant back there as well. That was a very good placement of stagnant.
Yeah.
Are you hopeful for the future of skateboarding?
Definitely, the future of skateboarding has definitely got a place compared to where it used to be. If you go back, like, say 20 years, a lot of the tricks were being created. So there's not much new happening there, but it's now part of the Olympics.
Oh, yeah, it's obviously it's big.
Ever since the Olympics, skateboarding has started to rise again. So the future It's kind of unknown at the moment, but
That's quite exciting, I think.
yeah. And everyone's starting to bring out new styles.
Yeah.
Everyone's different, and that's what it's all about. No matter how good you are, everyone falls over.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about falling over, because it's going to happen. Just worry about hurting yourself.
Yeah. After this experience, I feel that I understand skateboarding more than I thought I ever would in my life. After hearing about a more than exciting lifestyle that it gave someone, as well as trying to very roughly learn to skateboard back there, and also hearing about a very hopeful future for it, skateboarding definitely has a certain energy to it that's hard to keep down. And I, for one, am excited to see where that will lead us.